Anyway, speaking of Dany. So, last we saw them, they were all sailing toward Westeros. Finally, after 6 years, another very long delayed kind of plot line, but it's finally happening. So, my question for you is, she hasn't been in Westeros since she was a baby, Daenerys. In that trailer, she said, I was born to rule Westeros, I'm going to rule it. Does she really have a right to it? Does she know it well enough?
I don't think she knows it well enough. And I guess really the question that's been begged over the course of this entire series is who does have the right to reign? So there you go. Cheers to that. But I don't think Dany necessarily is well equipped to rule all of Westeros, given that she's just now coming over the first time since she was a baby. So that's not to say she's not well equipped to take Westeros. After that is the question as far as what she's going to do. But I don't know. I don't know if she's necessarily, it's her right to. Her crazy father did have the throne, but how much of a right is that?
I agree with you. Like, she seems better at conquering things than she does managing them. Like, she conquered Marine, right? But then there's Sons of the Harpy, and they attack the fighting pit thing, and it was kind of a mess. So will that happen again? The difference this time, she does have Tyrion with her, who does know Westeros pretty well. Will that make a difference?
I think so. Tyrion's always a good guy to have in your back pocket, so that could be the X factor that we're looking for. But, we're getting to the end of the series now. I don't know what happens in the books. I don't know where we are with the characters.
We're off the map.
To me, now is the time to really, really think about nobody is safe. That's kind of been the mantra throughout the entire series, where anybody can die at any moment, but we only have a handful of episodes left. So this is now the time where, your Tyrions could go, your Jaimes could go,
You're right.
Your main characters could go, especially when we know that the end game is not the Iron Throne, it's the White Walkers. So the tragedy in fighting the White Walkers and the whole end game here could be that Westeros and all the power in Westeros tears itself apart, weakens itself, and then the White Walkers take all. So that's, maybe Tyrion's not going to be around long.
Do you see them actually going that dark in the ending, though? I don't. Maybe not that dark. I see them going, somebody big has to die. Or maybe a few people. I don't see the White Walkers killing everyone.
No, I don't think so, but I think that might give us more drama in the last half of that second season that we have coming up. Is that, if they would have not just in-fought this whole time, they would have remained strong, maybe they would have been able to take out the White Walkers. And maybe that's when our characters start dying, is with the White Walkers. It's like, that
would have some nice,
we could have prevented
irony.
This. Yeah, so.
# global warming. Not what I'm saying. It's that's been suggested, the whole it's all a metaphor for global warming thing. It's fun.
Wow.
Not that I'm saying anything about it, although it is. What about one of Dany's allies, Theon Greyjoy? He's been with us since the first season. He's been an important character. He's gone through a lot of changes. From Theon to Reek, and then back to some kind of new...
both physical and emotional.
...thing. Where do you see him going this season? Because he's with Dany. He's with Yara, his sister. They're kind of a dynamic duo. They're working for Dany to take back the Iron Islands from their nasty Uncle Euron. What's the best and worst case scenario for Theon?
I think the best case for Theon is that he somehow finds a way to sacrifice himself to the cause.
I could see that, because he has a lot to make up for.
Yeah, redeeming himself for everything that he's done. Worst case scenario, something that I'm afraid of, is maybe that he swings back into the old ways, like a final third act twist in his character development.
Old ways how? Like old ways Reek and you're all snivelly and submissive, or old ways Theon 1.0 where you're kind of a douche? And
Theon 1.0, like he swings all the way back to Theon 1.0.
That'd be a big old swing.
And then he goes down. So I think that either way, in my mind, I don't think Theon makes it out, but hopefully he redeems himself. I think that would be the much better way to send off Theon after all he's gone through. That's a nice way to end his arc.
But he's on the chopping block, right? I mean, that's a character who's right kind of in the... He's important, but not like super duper freaking important.
Middle tier, he's middle top tier of characters, but...
And we did see in the trailer, there's a shot of him looking kind of scared as something was burning. I think he's on that fiery ship. That's my guess. So he's in trouble in season 7. We don't know what'll happen to him. So that's where Theon might go. And then we already covered Jorah a little bit. He's trying to cure his grayscale. He's probably that creepy hand that was reaching out, just trying to do something. I mean, a cure for grayscale exists. We know that. Do you think it would cheapen the whole Jorah had grayscale arc to give him a cure?
I don't know if it would
why give it to him in
necessarily.
the first place if he can cure it?
I don't know if it would necessarily cheapen it in my mind. I just don't see how that really plays into the story. Like I don't find myself
I
consumed with, worrying about Jorah's grayscale and how that's going to factor into everything. We're talking about Theon being a middle high tier expendable character. I think that Jorah's been there for a very long time.
Yeah, he's been there since the beginning, first episode.
So, and he's been in that expendable kind of area for a while too, so I don't know.
And he keeps on trucking that Jorah. Another question? Comment? Query?
The enemies in the east is Dany. The enemies in the west is the Ironborn. The enemies in the north are the Starks. Who are the enemies in the south? Cersei was talking about. Kenny wants to know that one.
Kenny, who are the enemies in the south? The Dornish and the Tyrells. Those are the enemies in the south. Cersei is surrounded on all sides by enemies. In a bad place, this lady. I'll be honest, I'm not rooting for Cersei exactly. I do enjoy her, and I hope she at least has some highs before she has her inevitable downfall.
Yeah, she's got like a weird, dark kind of underdog quality to her. It's weird.
It's odd. I was like, how can you be an underdog when you're that much of a...
Well, because she's up against so much.
Person.
Like, she's clearly up against unbeatable odds. I mean, she acknowledged it too, where she's like, my enemies are all around me. But she's so crazy that her hubris, she's just like, yeah, we're going to do whatever we need. She's like, yep, I'm surrounded and I know it, but who cares?
See, that's why I disagree with you, that I don't think she knows deep down that she has to lose. I don't think crazy people think that way. I think that's what makes them crazy, that they do have this ridiculous, unfounded confidence, and it makes them dangerous and a little endearing, and I hope she goes down, but I hope she takes a few people with her. That's what I'm hoping for.